Hey, let's go then. The phone lines, Julie Boudouin at Julie_Boudouin on Twitter. Covers LSU for Tiger Details. Of her rival, they do incredible work. They did incredible work all of yesterday. She's also video produced for Bayou Video Productions, and she has been following around Maason Smith, producing a documentary for quite a while now. Julie, thank you so much for waking up with us. I know you're still in the craziness a bit, but has your life slowed down at all since yesterday's 24/7 madness?
Yeah, good morning, T-Bob. Yeah, I actually had breakfast with my daughter this morning. So, yes.
Things are looking up. Okay, so I can start a million places, but I want to start here. So one of your coworkers, Jimmy Smith, Jimmy Detail on Twitter, he tweeted yesterday, LSU sits at number 3 in the recruiting rankings with a losing record. Not sure I've seen that before. Goes to show you a few things. Natties matter. Owen and his crew can recruit. Kids think the bounce back is coming. What were your overall takeaways on yesterday's class LSU put together?
I mean, I think they did an incredible job, really. I mean, all of those things that Jimmy mentioned, I mean, they're right. I mean, when you think of a top 3 class and they're not done yet, who knows what's going to happen? There's still some big targets out there. With this record, with the other things that are surrounding the program, talking to a lot of the recruits over the last couple of weeks, especially, a lot of them would say, and Maason especially, just because he's the one that I'm closest with, what's happening on the field does not affect him. He has nothing to do with that. And they understand that when you lose the amount of players that they lost, it's going to take a little time to get it, the train going in the right direction again. So for the most part, most of those guys know what LSU can do. They know what Coach Orgeron did last year. They know they can get back there again.
And you mentioned that there may be still some news to come. I mean, certainly there's a second sign day coming up later. But this first signing period doesn't actually end until Friday. Are there any smoke out there that there could be any more additions to this class before Friday?
Yeah, there's some talk. There's a defensive end in Florida, Bryce Langston, that LSU fans should be monitoring in the next 2 days. Other than that, Logan Diggs was the running back, the Rummel running back that we were kind of watching yesterday, but then he announced that he's going to hold off until February. And then obviously they have Savion Jones at St. James still committed, but all indications is that he is definitely waiting until February. So the only one that everyone should be keeping an eye on in the next couple of days would be Bryce Langston.
All right, so watch Bryce Langston if you're an LSU fan. Now, Julie, let's talk about, like you said, the guy that you know the best, number 1 player in the state of Louisiana, a D lineman from Houma. I mean, how perfect is that? Maason Smith. I'm sorry if I'm getting – you've been producing the documentary Big Man on the Bayou, right?
Right, yeah. We have one more episode coming. I'm actually going to a training session later today. He's back in the lab training 3 days a week now that his season's over, kind of getting ready for when he reports to LSU on January 9th. It's so nice. Can I just say it's so nice to be able to talk about this? Like, he's reporting on January 9th. It's nice to be able to just talk about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've had to keep a lot of wraps, I guess, for a while now. Where can everybody find the documentary series?
It's all on YouTube, on Tiger Details YouTube channel. So I'm not sure of the date for the third one when it's coming out. It'll be before January 9th. It's kind of just going to follow him over the next few weeks and as he prepares to go to college. Yeah,
so we will definitely tweet out all those links so everybody can check it out, because I know that LSU fans now are going to get to want to know this guy, like you know him. And so what do you think? Because we all see, look, we see the rankings, we see the body, that all blows you away. What have you learned about Maason Smith that you think kind of separates him from the pack even more than those very raw and obvious elements?
I actually just posted some things on our message board this morning about him. But I would say the biggest thing in just getting to know him is, and it's not even on the field, because that kind of stuff speaks for itself. And then once you see him play, you realize how much of a freak athlete he is. He's very family oriented. He has a very big family. He's very grounded, very humble. that comes from his parents, his mom, his dad, his stepmom. And then he's got an incredible, incredible work ethic. In some of these videos for the docuseries, I've been following him for a while, like you said. He shed over 50 pounds in the last couple of months.
Really?
He's at 292 right now.
He looks incredible.
When he came out of quarantine, he was 320 plus. I'm not sure of the exact number. He might have been pushing 330. So he's got an incredible work ethic. He's number one in the country for us, number one in the state. Sometimes you see these guys and, season ends, they've signed. You don't necessarily, some people may not still be grinding, but he is. 3 days a week, he's back at it. So he's got an incredible work ethic, and all of that, like I said, stems from his family. He's got a really great family, a really great support system.
How much, Julie, did early playing time, do you think, mean to him? Because I think that's a message that LSU was obviously selling kind of all of these top recruits.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was part of it. Like you said, here from Homa, not that far for his family to drive, his grandma's, that was another big thing for them to come to LSU. And to have potentially early playing time with some of the guys that they already have. That played a big part in it.
Talking to Julie Boudouin here on Off the Bench, OTBOT, of course, from Tiger Detail. She does incredible work. Follow her on Twitter at Julie_Boudouin. We will tweet out the Big Man on the Bayou docuseries links. You're going to want to watch it if you want to get to know Maason Smith. One of the most exciting answers yesterday, Julie, was Maason Smith's answer. Yeah, the Tristan Leigh answer, right? Because we already knew about Garrett Nussmeier and the work that he was putting in recruiting others for this class without the coaches telling him to. And now you have a guy of Maason Smith's caliber doing the same thing. Tristan Leigh's a big name, but just in terms of like him going out there and just recruiting others to kind of squad up here over the next couple of weeks, how much of a difference do you think that can make?
I think it can make a big difference. We obviously, like you mentioned, Garrett Nussmeier. He played a big part in a lot of these guys, keeping a lot of these guys, building those relationships. Matter of fact, him and Maason, I don't want to call them best friends or anything like that, but they talk every day.
Really?
Nussmeier and Maason, they play video games every single day.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, they want to room together once they get there. Like they're really tight, Nussmeier and Maason. Maason helped Nussmeier organize, over the summer when the Tiger turnout, the big weekend.
Yeah.
Maason was involved with that. It's going to play a big part. Tristan and Maason are pretty tight. Mason's tight with a lot of guys in the class, So I do think he'll be in Tristan's ear. Tristan Leigh is not decided. He's very much torn between a couple of programs. And LSU's right there in the mix of things, especially since he decided to not sign this week and hold off till February. I think this will be really interesting to see what happens because he's going to have a lot of guys in his ear.
Wait, so what are the other schools that Tristan Leigh do you think is torn between there with LSU?
If he was, I think if he was going to sign this week, I think it would have been Oklahoma or potentially Florida. There's some buzz about Florida late.
I love the fact that he was at the Florida game. And I know that recruits aren't, married to the on-the-field stuff as much, but it can hurt.
Right. Well, his girlfriend's going to be attending Central Florida, and I think she has some family out there in Orlando. So proximity to Orlando and Gainesville could have played a part. But, yeah, I think it would have been Oklahoma or Florida with LSU looking probably like, the odd man out there. So I think it'll be one of those three with potentially Clemson lurking. But, yeah, LSU has some ground to make up, but they're not done. He has a really good relationship with the staff, a lot of people on the staff. He's got good relationships with a lot of the signees. And so everyone knows that he's the big fish now, and they'll all be gunning for him.
Julie, do you have any other O-line names and targets that are out there for LSU right now, given that that's really going to be where their focus is at over these next couple of months?
Yeah, there's a couple. I'd keep my eye on Jordan Moko,
the
JUCO O-line. He's out of, I think, Utah. There's an O-lineman out of Niceville, Florida. He's currently committed to Florida State. I'm blanking on his name right now. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'll find it. I'll look it up afterwards.
Chemo, but don't ask me to say his last name because I'll just absolutely butcher it. And there's some buzz around. There's some buzz around a guy out of Harvard, actually, Eric Wilson, who it looked like he was going to be heading to Auburn. Now with Gus out of the picture at Auburn, that might not be quite a done deal yet. So and obviously, I'm sure there's other names out there. The staff has LSU has a few weeks to sort it all out and see exactly which ones they want to go after. So there's some guys out there.
Back to the Harvard well. I love it. Chili Vic in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, Julie, last one here, asked, how many early enrollees, if we know yet or not, do we have any idea how many early enrollees LSU will have?
I don't have that number in front of me.
But will Maason Smith will be an early
I know
enrollee?
Maason will be.
Okay.
I know Garrett Nussmeier will be. There's a couple, I know Chris Hilton won't be. There's a couple of them that their schools don't allow them to graduate mid-year. So I don't have that number right in front of me. But, there's a handful of them. I would think Maason and Garrett are two big ones. To be able to get those guys in the system a few months early and in that weight program and all that. So, yeah.
Julie, what was yesterday and just this entire process like for you? Signing day, the madness that goes in. What's the last couple of days been like?
Well, it's been madness. It always gets kind of cranked up right before signing day. I was on vacation last week, which is a really bad time to take a vacation. But when it was planned out, LSU didn't have a game last week. Obviously it was planned before the season, and obviously COVID things happened and couldn't cancel and get our money back. So I was on vacation last week, so that was kind of crazy. And then we come back, and then boom, as soon as I get back Saturday night, Sunday morning, I'm filming with Maason his little video that he wanted to post, editing on Monday, get a call that my daughter's school is closed until after Christmas.
Yeah,
a teacher that tested positive. So it's been absolutely crazy for me the last couple of days. And today it's a little bit of a breather. So that's been nice.
Hell yeah, Julie. Exhale. Enjoy it. You do incredible work. Follow her at Julie_Boudreaux on Twitter. We'll tweet out the YouTube links. Really can't thank you enough for coming on today. All the great work that you've done the last couple of days. Tell everybody where they can find everything y'all are doing with Tiger Details.
Yeah, TigerDetails.com. You can follow us all on Twitter at TigerDetails.com, and in the Twitter bio for TigerDetails.com, you have all of our personal handles if you want to give us a follow as well.
Perfect. Jarrett, Jimmy
so much.
Detail, Julie, y'all do great work. You have a great day.
Thanks, T-Bob. You too.
All right, later. Yeah, man, look, all the recruiting experts agree. A great day for LSU yesterday. And if you want to get excited for real, you should go watch the docuseries. Danny, that's where you were playing those clips from, right? Of him working out. You notice he looks significantly bigger, like not good big, but a little heavier in those videos than he did yesterday. That weight loss that Julie's talking about is real. And now you put him in a Tommy Moffitt program. Dude, how is this kid in high school? Very excited. Let's go.